Welcome to the show. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in today. And we're off to a new week. Clean the plate or the slate. Around here, I guess it would be the plate. I hope you didn't pile up too many nutritional and lifestyle violations over the weekend. But if you did, it's all good. You can always correct, right? And that's what we'll do. And we're just real delighted to be with you, and we're happy that you can be there. We appreciate your listenership. I know I say that all the time. I just want to let you know that we don't take any listener or viewer or affiliate for granted. We just don't. And because we know that that's what the show is about. And we're always mindful of it. So, and we want you to, if you can, when you can, participate and get in touch with us and let us know what's on your mind. I'm interested in what you're doing to make your health better. Or if you're struggling with something and you're trying things and are not working. Now, we don't diagnose and treat for a lot of reasons. One, because you shouldn't do that. Secondly, I'm a PhD, not an MD. And even when I have MDs on here, they're reluctant to do that. How can you diagnose somebody when you don't have any labs on them and whatnot? That's crazy. So, but we can talk about, we can direct you, provide direction, tell you what the science says, what's in the literature, provide that kind of consulting. And we invite you to call for those reasons as well. And here's how you get in touch.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. And on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, one word, and we are the original Let's Talk Nutrition, the one with the picture of Dr. Michael Garko.
Yeah, and the reason why we're saying that is because we located some websites that are using the brand. And we have to take care of that. Like how many? 3 or 4?
3 or 4, but we don't want people to be confused. It is the one with your picture on it. So
my mug, yeah. Not the mug of some other guy that's out there who looks like my great-grandfather. That guy. No, I'm not that guy.
No, but you can also reach Dr. Michael Garko at drmichaelgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Don't forget, that is his personal email, and he will email you back.
Okay, so I don't know why I can't send Gary a message. This is crazy. Deal with that during the break. We have an app, and you can download that app. There are 3 buttons on that app. One will get you to the previously aired programming, videos, as well as audios. One will take you to a Vitamin Discount Center website where you can get a discount by typing in my name, Garko. And the other button does what? Sends you to Nirvana or someplace?
Contact. You can visit us online or contact us on that last little button. And one of the things when you visit us online, it goes to the letstalknutrition.com page, which is very interesting because you have all the shows on there. Your articles are on there. Everything we've done in the past is on there, plus our upcoming guests for the week. So if there's a specific guest that you like, you can actually go there and scroll through there and find guests from previous shows.
Exactly. Now, I know that there are many people that listen and watch the show. The demographic is pretty wide now. It's getting wider. And included in that are people that healthy, unhealthy, and in between. And young, old, and middle-aged. What often happens, as we well know, you don't have to have a degree in medical science of one sort or another to know that as we age, the odds of becoming ill and becoming housebound or chairbound, for that matter, becomes more increasingly likely. Now, there are many who are sitting, who have health issues and are sitting, but could move with some assistance. Then there are many who are elderly, not necessarily ill, and sitting, and engaged in prolonged sitting. And then there are middle-aged people who are quite healthy and are engaged in prolonged sitting, as well as young people. But the combination of being elderly and prolonged sitting, according to this study that rolled over the transom this morning, prolonged sitting and frailty, a deadly combination. And now, I've said this a million times, and I'll say it again. Let me give you an analogy first. There are certain kinds of automobiles that are designed to do certain things. All right? Formula One race cars are exactly that. Your Volvo is not that car, and it's designed to do something else, transport you and your family around safely. Okay? And then you have muscle cars, like the 2018 Dodge Challenger wide-body SRT Hellcat, 707 horsepower. You do not put your elderly parents or grandparents in that car and take them for a spin at 120 miles an hour. The car is designed to do something different for somebody else. Different animals are designed to do different things. Well, what's interesting is that us, as a species, we're not designed to keep it parked in the garage all the time and not drive and move, meaning move. We evolved to move. And the body rebels mightily against a sedentary lifestyle. It lulls you into disease, is what it does. And prolonged sitting is a part of a sedentary lifestyle, and it's becoming more and more a feature of modern life. And if you're elderly and you live by yourself, you can get into that routine where you're doing what all day? Watching the game shows, and you're engaged in prolonged sitting, and your health deteriorates much at a greater rate. And you're not building up any inventory of health to fight the battles that you're going to need to fight. And so these high levels of sedentary behavior increase the risk of death, they said, for frail adults aged 50 and older who have low levels of physical activity. They cite the physical activity guidelines for Americans. That's a government document. And the government recommends that adults who are 18 to 64 years of age and those that are 65 and older should try to get in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic physical activity every week. And walking on a treadmill, eating a bologna sandwich is not going to get it done, like I've seen at the gym. I've seen people do things on a treadmill that they have no business doing. Reading War and Peace, eating. I saw somebody writing something, working, texting. No. If you do it right, you should be totally focused on that treadmill and walking at a pace where you can't read, you can't eat, and text and paint pictures or whatever you want to do. 75 minutes of vigorous intensity. Now, that may be a bit much. I'll come back, I'll explain more. This is a critical issue for everybody listening and watching today, coast to coast.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
Study shows that those who are frail and do not meet the physical activity guidelines set out by the government, we're going to show you that website here in a second, really run the risk of an increased risk of death. Welcome back to Let's Talk, and welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. That was not the case, however, good news, for adults with low frailty who met exercise guidelines. Now, there are many folks listening and watching this show that could fall into the category of frail. And what often happens is that they resort to a sedentary lifestyle because they've been diagnosed as frail, or they feel frail and feel vulnerable, and become sedentary when they really don't need to be and shouldn't be. And sometimes you can even get the insurance to pay for, if depending on the situation. I know it gets complicated at times, to have a therapist come in and help. We have folks that listen and watch the show, professionals that do that for a living, and their client base is elderly, and many of whom are, having their struggles and battles with their health. So you might be able to get some assistance for that. You should look into it, or have a family member help you. Now, beyond being frail, the study points to and underscores, or leads us to, the whole notion of physical activity. I could sit here till I'm blue in the face and tell you why you need to keep moving and engage in physical activity. I don't know. I may be able to persuade one or two people with that argument. But make no mistake about it, although it doesn't feel like it, and if you calculate the number of hours that you're sitting a day, and you think about it, the drive into work, drive home, sitting at work all day, then sitting for dinner, then after dinner watching TV. That's a bunch of hours. And by the way, you may not be doing enough physical activity to offset the consequences of the prolonged sitting. Because we were not designed, we did not evolve to do that. Our biology rebels. Now, if in this, Gary's going to show you from the Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotion. It's health.gov. It's the guidelines. It's a booklet. You can get access to it. We're showing you Chapter 5. Active Older Adults is the title of it. Gary's showing you that now. On Facebook, it's showing, on YouTube, and our website at letstalknutrition.com, because we stream live in all three venues. This is very helpful. It'll tell you, it talks about aerobic activity. It talks about endurance activity, strength training, muscle strengthening. Aerobic activity would include walking, dancing, swimming, water aerobics, jogging, cycling, gardening, such as raking and pushing a lawnmower. I'm not saying that elderly who are frail should be doing that. Tennis, golfing without a golf cart or a limousine. How about that? And walk the course. Then muscle strengthening, there's exercise for that. Exercise bands, weight machines, handheld weights. You can do calisthenics at home or at the gym. Working in the garden, digging, lifting, carrying groceries, going to yoga class, tai chi. Any number of those will help strengthen your muscles. And what happens is people age. You don't have to be elderly to experience this. You experience what's called sarcopenia, muscle wasting. And as you get older, the biology is that the body doesn't want to make more muscle. It's harder to make muscle tissue because of just the way it is. That's why diet is so important. Protein. That's why exercising, you have to break down the muscle to help it grow, and so on and so on. This guideline is these guidelines are very important. It's a very nice booklet. There's a lot of information in there. It tells you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, how much you should do. And I pointed out that what the guidelines recommend is at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic physical activity every week. And it tells you how to do things, which is oftentimes what people don't know. As they're now saying, sitting is the new smoking. Well, I don't know. That's clever. How accurate that is, I'm not so sure. There's some data that would suggest that. But being sedentary, bad news. Now we're going to show you an image. People often wonder, how is it that I get sick or unhealthy? What we have up on the screen, come back, I'll show it to you. It's pretty funny. It's called I can't read it. I
don't know why I have health problems starter pack.
It's pretty funny. We come back, we'll explain it. The I don't know why I have health problems starter pack. There's 5 images there or so. It sort of explains it. We'll pick that up. We invite you again to tune in, call in, type in, whatever way you can get to us. We'll come back, and we're doing this for you and for everybody, including myself, coast to coast.
Feel better fast in every way.
The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. I'm going to put up on the screen. This is pretty funny. It got posted on my Facebook page. The I don't know why I have health problems starter pack. It's pretty funny. Well, maybe not so much. In the first frame in the upper left is a fry pan with several slices of bacon. In the image to the right of it are 2 eggs, sunny side up, being fried. And then as you move down, then you see a piece of, looks like sirloin or something, sliced up meat that was it's red meat. And then next to it is a burger, a giant burger with fries, and then below that is pizza. And then in the other frame is a bunch of dairy products. Now, obviously, that particular post is from somebody who is a plant-based eater. And but it makes a point. When you look at that, that's standard fare across the country, right, Gary?
Yeah, it's amazing how that sums up almost everybody we know's daily.
Didn't you used to eat like that?
Yeah. Especially the breakfast part. And it's funny because, that you don't see it that way if you grow up that way. You don't see it as being unhealthy if you're growing up. I mean, we've had guests that come on here that even said that it was like some epiphany and they've changed everything because they didn't know any better and then they learned.
Well, and this is what happens. People, what will get your attention is when you get sick. And then all of a sudden, as Gary said, to use his term, epiphany. And, yeah. Now, let me be clear. There are approaches to a plant-based diet where meat is totally excluded. Dr. Esselstyn, for example, with his cardiac patients, where he's doing cardiac surgery of one sort or another, that whole food plant-based diet, no meat, no dairy, no oil, that is a very tough, severe paradigm. If you look at the Okinawan, diet, you will see that there is room for the consumption of meat. Okay? I'm not saying it has to be abandoned. And it's the ratio of meat to plants in your diet that you have to consider. I had received a notice, a post this morning about Dr. Joel Kahn. He's known as America's Healthy Heart Doctor. And he has a rule. In the post, it says, nutrition's simplest rule: maximize your plant to animal ratio for health. Now that's a pretty good piece of advice from Dr. Kahn. He is known. He is a plant-based practitioner and believes that people need to eat more plants than they need to eat meat. And he said it's the ratio. And he asks the question, should I eat more healthy fats or less? More protein at every meal or less? Are grass-fed beef, chicken, and lamb really healthier? Do I add butter, coconut oil, and uncured bacon to nourish my body? Eat high carb, eat low fat, eat paleo, eat vegan, eat Mediterranean. And he's right. At the end of the day, you're half nuts trying to figure it out. And then what happens, they light on to something, and then they think that's it. There's no other way. I'm paleo, or I'm Mediterranean, or I'm this, or I'm that. Plant-based, whole food. Okay, congratulations. Now what are you going to do? Convert the whole world to that? Don't think so. You have to figure out what's going to work for you based on the evidence. Let's take Okinawa. Dr. Kahn, in his post, brings this out. On average, they eat 6% of food that constituted from fat. Fat, 6%. About 9% of calories in Okinawa are from protein, and 85% of the calories are from what? Complex plant carbohydrates, such as grains and legumes. And they have a strong preference for sweet potatoes, a particular kind. Now, Gary, the truth be told, we've had more than a few people in this room who would look at that. We just had a guest recently. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus or highlight that person that would object mightily to that diet.
Yes.
Why? Because what did I just say? 85% of the calories were from complex plant carbohydrate in the Okinawan way of eating. We have health practitioners that say, no, you can't do that because that's going to lead to diabetes. I don't know how in the devil that individual got through medical school. What are you talking about? You bring me the patient that's eating plants, a plant-based diet, and has diabetes, and we'll be famous. I tell you, famous. We'll be on Dr. Oz. There's no such thing.
And one of my good friends, Joe, who owns a pizza restaurant, an Italian restaurant, went to a plant-based diet. You know my friend Joe.
Yes.
He went to that. He went to a plant-based diet. He eats there's a little buffet that all it is salad bar, and that's what he eats every day. And his blood pressure went down. His diabetes stopped.
And he has cancer. He had cancer too.
2 forms of cancer.
He's still alive. And we come back, I'm going to go back on the record, and I'm going to make one thing perfectly clear about my point of view about this business about cancer and naturopathic methods. It merits a revisit. But this, I would invite you to find Joel Kahn, Dr. Joel Kahn, Kahn. He's professor of cardiology. And he's a summa cum laude graduate. He's founder of the Kahn Center. I'll give you the exact time we come back because we're almost out of time for this, headed into these messages. I'll tell you more about Dr. Kahn. Pretty smart, pretty good, very credible.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Okinawans enjoy rates of heart disease, Dr. Kahn says, and he's right, that are 80% lower compared to those in the United States. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. That statistic is not an alternative fact. You can see I'm very passionate about this because I know that when I'm talking about now, this theme is a necessary condition to enjoy good health in the long run. And also, rates of breast and prostate cancer were 75% lower among Okinawans. And dementia, are you ready, is 67% lower. It's not genetics. They are not genetic mutants in Okinawa. It's their diet and lifestyle. And it's a plant-based diet. But it does have meat in it. And Dr. Joel Kahn, Gary's going to show you his website. There he is. Nice looking guy. It says on his website, prevent and reverse disease with plant-based anti-aging nutrition and integrative medicine. And he has a nice green drink he's holding up. He's right. It's integrative. It's both traditional medicine and alternative and complementary medicine. They integrate. Sounds very sensible to me. And Dr. Kahn references Michael Pollan, whom I like a lot too, in his book, In Defense of Food, Eat Food, Not Too Much, Mostly Plants, that book, where Michael Pollan talks about a plant-to-animal ratio in your diet. You want more plants to animal food in your diet. It doesn't eliminate animal food. It limits it. And that's a more reasonable approach. And Dr. Kahn is part of that paradigm of a whole food, plant-based paradigm. Now, Okinawans like seafood, so that's meat, but it's in their diet. And if you read also the book Blue Zones, you will find that, again, those blue zones across the world. We have one blue zone in the United States. That's in Loma Linda, California. What's going on in Loma Linda? That's where the Seventh-day Adventists live. They have the highest concentration of centenarians, people living over 100 years of age, along with these other blue zones. And what's their diet look like? Plant-based. The evidence is compelling. I'm just saying. And all these tricks and all these gimmicks and all these trends and fads and whatnot, that's fine, well and dandy. At the end of the day, you go back to the fundamentals. We evolved primarily from a plant-based way of eating. Along the way, we became carnivores. It's part of our biology. I get that. But when you put a plate down in the United States, a dinner plate, and it looks, and the piece of meat is occupying most of the plate and seems to be just casually decorated with some vegetables, that's not the way to eat, in my opinion. And that's what the science tells me. I wanted to make that case. Yes, last week I published a brief statement online. Gary might find it, where I posted something about there is no compelling evidence that they have not found any. I know of no naturopathic method that cures cancer. And I posted something about that there is not a substantial amount of science and data to support that perspective that some naturopathic therapy or protocol is going to cure cancer. And it was a brief post. I think it was 1 or 2 sentences. And then I got some pushback on that, which is fine. I don't care. That's why I do it. I like diverse opinion. But to argue that there is a conspiracy between Big Pharma and the government to keep hidden cures for cancer that are quote unquote natural is a crock. I don't know when they hold the meetings for that conspiracy. But I know enough people in the industry that would know about those meetings. Those meetings don't exist. And I have not found any documents, emails, letters, communication of any sort that identifies a conspiracy between Big Pharma and the federal government to keep secret natural therapies to cure cancer. And then I get the argument, well, the government doesn't allow you to do double-blind, placebo-controlled trials with natural therapies. You have to go through some sort of, process. Well, you guess what? They just don't allow drug companies to be doing experiments on humans either. And there's always Europe. Nobody's preventing people from testing these so-called therapies. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm telling you from my heart. I would be dead if I would have relied on a naturopathic therapy to cure me of 2 forms of cancer in these last 10 months. I would be dead or on my way to dying. There's no therapy, naturopathic therapy, that I know that's going to cure squamous cell carcinoma of the cervical lymph nodes caused by HPV-16, damn it. And it's unethical to tell people that those therapies exist, and then they abandon traditional therapies. And then those people end up in the graveyard rather than when they shouldn't. And it makes me angry. You can tell. It makes me angry. It's irresponsible to do that. And I have some of my colleagues are doing that. My doctor told me we had not a on October the 5th at 5 o'clock. He said, Dr. Garker, we have not a moment to waste. And he was right. And I thank him for keeping me alive. And it wasn't a naturopathic therapy that saved my life. That's a comment, and that's an opinion, and that's my own personal experience. Please don't get lured into some nonsense. Do your research. Use your good sense and use good science. We'll be back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition this early in the week, first day of the week, weekday on Let's Talk Nutrition. Hope you getting out of the blocks and having a good start. And we invite you to join in with us. We're here a couple hours a day, 9 to 11 Eastern Standard Time across the U.S. Hence, the show does air at different times in different markets, like in Hawaii. They're a few hours behind us. So those people are fast asleep. But you can always watch this show live at letstalknutrition.com, Facebook, or YouTube. It streams. And then, of course, it airs on your local radio station, wherever and however you may be listening or even watching the show. But that's a favorite way to do it. And our Facebook is up and running. As you know, Gary takes care of all that. Social media, he'll tell you about all that stuff in a minute. And then in this segment of the show today, I'm gonna reference again Dr. Joel Kahn, talk about him. And then there's also Dr. Joel Furman, and he has a book called Fast Food Genocide. I wanted to bring that to your attention and tell you about that book. A little bit. And then other matters that are being served up and on the menu for today. And, of course, you can always call the show. You may have something that you want to share. In that last segment, I closed out the first hour by giving my view on, I think, my issue and my concern about people pushing natural therapies to cure cancer that cause people to abandon then traditional therapies, and then they end up in a lot of trouble. Last week, Gary, we I don't know if you remember, but we published, there was something on CNN, on the CNN website, about natural therapies and to cure cancer compared to traditional therapies. See if we can find that. And they were referencing study that looked at that very issue and what happened to people. We're looking for it here. The number, how they alternative, yes, found it. Choosing alternative cancer therapy doubles risk of death, study says. And they point out in the CNN piece that patients who chose, I'm quoting them now, who chose alternative therapies to treat a common curable cancer instead of opting for the recommended medical treatment, double their risk of death. This is a study that was published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute. Now, what's included in traditional therapies? Surgery, chemotherapy, radiation. Any other unproven cancer treatment administered by non-medical personnel, they say in the article on CNN, would be considered an alternative therapy. Dr. Schuyler Johnson led the study, and Dr. Schuyler said that based upon as they say in the article, increasingly refusing or delaying conventional cancer treatment in favor of alternative therapies. Close quote. If you have been recently diagnosed with cancer, or you have a loved one or a friend, and they're going to sit around for 2-3 months to sort of figure out what they want to do before starting treatment, I would consider that inadvisable. And you should talk with that person, or you should talk with your oncologist or team of doctors. I can only tell you from my own experience. on October 5th, when Dr. Fink looked at me and said, I think you have lymphoma, and he didn't have much data at the time. All he had was a CAT scan. And we discussed it. Turned out, thank God, that hypothesis was inaccurate. Then once he got more data, he said, but I'm not sure. We'll have to get more data. Blood test, PET scan, surgery for biopsies. Then after 3 biopsy surgeries, PET scans, blood tests, then they figured out what I had. There was no alternative therapy. And I swear to God is my judge. On October the 5th, that very first time I met him, and he diagnosed me, and he even thought, even though it was lymphoma, which it would have been a heck of a lot, I was in a lot of trouble. But he looked at me, and this is a direct quote, and he said, we have not a moment to waste, Dr. Garko. And I said, why? He said, because the distance from your neck, where the cancer was, to your brain is very short. And we did 3 surgeries, blood test, PET scans, doctor every day. We got everything done in 5 weeks. And I started treatment. 5 to 6 weeks, I started treatment. We didn't sit for 2.5 months, 3 months, figuring out what I wanted to do. I believed what he told me, and he was right. I was stage 4, man. There's no stage 5. I didn't have I'm going to sit there and contemplate whether I needed an alternative therapy. I searched high and low. I found none that would cure squamous cell carcinoma of the cervical lymph nodes caused by HPV-16 and simultaneously lung cancer. So you can take it from me for what it's worth. That's very personal. And it's not a double-blind, complete placebo-controlled trial, what I'm sharing with you. It's my own experience. Don't get seduced into... I swear to you, this is true too. I had somebody approach me with a straight face and say, you need to go to Mexico and get this therapy. It costs $40,000. I looked me straight in the eye and said that. And I said, what's the therapy? Where's the data? Oh, it works. There are people that go there all the time. Really? And I'm supposed to I'm stage 4, pal. I don't have that luxury. So, Gary, do you think your nephew would have made it?
No.
With apricot seeds or some natural therapy?
No, I don't.
That boy would be dead.
Yeah.
Your nephew had the same thing I had. And he was 40-some years younger than me. Right?
Yeah.
So, I feel such a passion and responsibility to share this with you. And I'll get off it now. But I just want to make it clear where my point of view is. And it's not just me. There is some evidence to suggest that it's risky business to do that. Do you think I enjoyed chemotherapy? 36 hours of chemo, 31 hours of radiation, and 4 surgeries, and 8 hours of Alimta? This past 10 months has been a hell. But I'm able to sit here and tell you that. Otherwise, there'd be somebody else maybe here with a different name. Just saying. Gary, you might have somebody else to deal with.
You see me shaking my head, right?
You're conspicuously quiet, my friend. What, did this make you quiet?
I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about what you said earlier.
Okay. All right. We come back. I'm going to tell you about Dr. Joel Furman, Dr. Joel Kahn, and Dr. Joel whomever about what you might want to consider.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymatica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymatica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Dr. Michael Garca, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off VDC's already discounted prices. VDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with VDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural factors where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garco.
Fast food genocide. Ooh, what's that? That's a book by Dr. Joel Fuhrman, MD. You know what's interesting? Most of the doctors I reference on this show are MDs who are talking about naturopathic therapies and alternative and complementary therapies. And by the way, diet, nutrition is not an alternative therapy. Welcome back to, since when? Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's crazy. Food gets treated as an alternative or complementary therapy. Wait a minute. Where are the referees for this game? Food is the primary. It should be conventional therapy of all conventions, it seems to me. I'm just saying. But this book, you can find it on Amazon. It's entitled Fast Food Genocide, Joel Fuhrman, MD, How Processed Food is Killing Us and What We Can Do About It. This book is I would consider a must-read. I think it will illuminate and inform. And giving attribution to the press release and write-up for the book, they talk about, and Dr. Fuhrman, I guess he wrote this, saying, we are eating our way to discomfort, unhappiness, disease, and premature death. Processed and fake foods, he says, have become the primary source of calories in the United States. He's absolutely right by that. That's not in dispute. And he's also right in pointing out it's a trend that's pervading the planet. He calls them frankenfoods because they're made in a lab. They feed a lot of people, but they don't contain the necessary elements, biological and chemical elements or properties that you find in whole foods. It's hard for scientists to imitate what's in spinach or cabbage or grapes or you name it. Fast food is a convenience food. Fast food is what he calls fast food genocide. Now that's dramatic. I get that. And he says things that are obvious, but still, okay, let's see what he has to say. He said that eating these fast food, genocide-based foods make us fatter. They affect the way our brains operate. They affect our behaviors. They're messing around with our genes, but not the sequencing, but the expression of genes. And they're making us dreadfully ill. You have a chronic disease list that's we lead the world almost. I think we're number one when you look at the top 10 chronic disease. I think we distinguish ourselves in that way. He claims that we even now have lowered intelligence levels, attention deficit disorders that are linked to poverty and, insufficient education, occupational opportunities, drug addiction, violence, and crime. We got all that going on top of it all. Fast food genocide. Joel Fuhrman, MD. Worth a read. It's on Amazon. It looks like you get it in Kindle and hardcover. You can also get in touch with us, too. Gary's going to remind you how to do that.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. We do have open lines right now, so if you want to call in, go ahead.
We're here. We're all here.
Today's the big day for the eclipse.
Yeah, don't listen to the news, go online. Don't be looking into the sun directly. There are certain times when you can look up where the moon is coming between the earth and the sun. And
you got to get the glasses. We got the glasses for...
what kind of glasses are they?
We actually went out and got welder goggles because the other glasses that we found, there was a recall on them from Home Depot. And they put a list out of what to use. So we actually went out and got some welder goggles from a local welding company.
That's smart, Gary.
So, not bad, huh? I'm a pretty smart guy.
Are you going to kill chickens too at the same time and do some ceremony and hope that it's going to cure whatever?
No, but we did find out that that one of the things that nobody in our neighborhood knew was they're letting the kids exactly out of school at the same time the high point of the eclipse is.
Oh.
So we're like, okay, so you're going to have those little kids. You know how they are. I do. Be staring up at the sun.
By the way, you got a haircut.
I did.
Was your barber a?
I got a scar in the back of my head, right?
I do. Was your barber a resident of a reform school at one time? No. That's a reform school haircut, brother.
She was an alligator wrestler, if you really want to know the truth.
Your haircutter is an alligator wrestler?
Yeah.
That's the haircut an alligator wrestler would give.
Her and her significant other wrestle alligators at the fairs. They have it's called Kachunga. You could look it up. It's kind of hilarious.
And are you going to tell me they eat alligator meat too?
They do. They raise and process alligators.
How did I know? Stephen, you can't make it up. Stephen's shaking his head, Gary. Where do you find these people? You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. Oh, my goodness.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever,
women who are pregnant
sneezing,
or planning to have
watery
a child
eye.
have specific
Here's some
nutritional
advice
needs.
you won't want to
Maintaining
miss.
optimal nutritional
I'm a
intake
doctor,
is important
and
for
my
mother
patients
and
used to dread
Body
allergy
Vigor's
season.
preferred prenatal
But then
can
I
help
discovered
mother and baby
A-Bogle
receive
Allergy
the
Relief,
appropriate
a
building blocks
unique
for
combination of
growth,
natural
development, and
ingredients
healthy function.
that
The
usually
preferred
addresses
prenatal
every
formula
one of my
provides essential
patients'
vitamins
symptoms.
and minerals,
And while
along
it's
with
clear
added
that the
support
vast majority of my
ingredients such as
patients
folic
benefit
acid and
significantly from
DHA.
A-Bogle
Preferred
Allergy
prenatal
Relief,
also
what's even
incorporates
more
a bonus
amazing
herbal
is that
blend
after
to help
using
the
it,
mom to
at
be
least
with the
half of
uncomfortable
my
side
patients'
effects of
symptoms
pregnancy,
didn't
like
return.
nausea, vomiting,
As a
mood swings,
doctor,
and
that's the
uterine
kind of
health.
outcome my
Support a
patients and
healthy
I can
pregnancy for you
appreciate.
and your baby
Get
with Preferred
doctor-recommended
Prenatal exclusively
A-Bogle
on
Allergy Relief for
Amazon.com.
your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
This is Dr. Michael Garko reminding you that every Let's Talk Nutrition show is available as a podcast. Listen on your phone through the iHeartRadio app or on Amazon Echo.
When it comes to making a positive change in our lives, so often we say, well, one day, when we could just turn it around and instead of one day, make today day one. I'm Jack Harris for Dr. Urshon Health and Weight Loss Center. Can losing weight and getting healthy be a challenge? Well, it sure can. But the Dr. Urshon team is ready to help you conquer that challenge. They'll help you get feeling better, looking better, and they'll do it in only 40 short days. Make today your day one. I've seen it firsthand. Friends of mine losing 20, 30, 40-plus pounds in only 40 days, all thanks to Dr. Urshon. There are no shots, no drugs, no appetite suppressants, and no prepackaged foods. Make today day one on the road to conquering your challenge. The day you decided to do something for yourself. Call Dr. Urshon Health and Weight Loss Center at 844-YES-THIN or go to GetThinTampa.com and make today your day one.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Here are 4 things you'll get if you start following 1250 WHNZ on Facebook. You'll see videos from many of our hosts. You'll see unusual news. And we promise, it's not fake. You'll find out first when we add a new show or schedule play-by-play sports. And you'll get more to share with friends. To get it all, like 1250 WHNZ on Facebook. Just go to Facebook, search 1250 WHNZ.
At Progressive,
We think your custom cupcake shop is first class. Yeah, your cupcakes were first class from your first day of cupcake class right up till you graduated. First in your class. And a first-class, first-in-class top brass like yourself deserves Progressive Business Insurance. With over 30 business and vehicle options, you'll feel like you and your cupcakes are flying. First class. So move your center of mass to ProgressiveCommercial.com real fast. Now you're cooking with gas. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates.
You know why it's important to lose weight, eat healthy, exercise, and reduce stress. The question is, how can you achieve these and other diet and lifestyle goals? Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garka, host of Let's Talk Nutrition. Do what many others do and listen to Let's Talk Nutrition, where you can learn scientifically supported diet and lifestyle strategies to take charge of your health. Let's Talk Nutrition airs weekday mornings from 9 to 11 on AM 1250 WINS WHNZ. You can also watch the show at letstalknutrition.com. I'll talk to you on the radio.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
It's just slow westbound on I-4 from Dr. King to southbound 275 past downtown. They cleared the earlier disabled vehicle and accident in this stretch. Had a wreck on Adamo Drive at 39th Street in Pasco County. A wreck northbound on Little Road at Citizen Drive, and a crash northbound on Little Road at Jasmine Boulevard. When you see traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Edwick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Spectrum Business. The best business internet just got better. Now your business can get faster internet for a lower price with no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts. So switch to Spectrum Business today.
1250 winds, weather center forecast. High temperatures today getting into the lower 90s. And a 30% chance of a few scattered showers or storms, partly sunny skies, low touching the upper 70s near 80 degrees. Rain chance tomorrow about the same, and see those temperatures creep up a bit into the mid-90s for most of the Bay Area. Then rain chance back up to 50% for midweek, and will be a bit cooler towards the end of the week also. Impact Radio 1250 winds, WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Talking about family matters during the break.
You know, but that has a huge impact on health, on anybody's health, is your family and how your family acts, with each other, how they act with you. Every time I leave my sister's houses, I'm usually in a better mood because I get to see my family. And then there's that time of year, and that every time I leave their house, I'm like, I'm glad I don't live on that side of the county.
Well, wait a second. Yesterday you had a visit, the family, and you got in a big argument about them and their diet?
Okay, so I've told you...
This is how I get producers and people around me into trouble.
Okay,
Go
so me, my sister Diana, and her son Jimmy all have gone to this plant-based diet.
So okay. I've had some influence in that regard.
Yes. And, she listens to you, and Jimmy listens to you, and, I listen to you, even though you want to smack me in the back of the head sometimes, because I don't pay attention to everything. But one of the things that was brought up yesterday was somebody had made schnitzel, which is fried pork loin rolled out, okay, and then German potato salad, which has bacon in it. And the argument was eating meat. And then Jimmy came up and said one of the biggest carcinogens is bacon.
He's right. So Jimmy picked up on... Jimmy is Gary's nephew. Jimmy was diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma of the cervical lymph nodes in his neck. Jimmy is 31 years old? 31?
Yeah.
Okay. Young man. He was in a lot of trouble. They saved his life, but go ahead.
Okay, so he pointed out that the bacon is a high carcinogen.
He's right.
Okay. So we started talking about some natural remedies for cancer. And I told him what your argument was there's no naturopathic remedy for cancer. None.
That has been clinically demonstrated and proven. Okay? Now, there are anecdotal stories, people about being cured with something or other. That's true, but there are no clinical trials. There are no abundance of data to do that. But go ahead.
Okay. And so one of the arguments was does your lifestyle affect how you get cancer?
And the answer is yes.
Yeah, it really is. If you're crawling around in an attic, an asbestos attic, you're probably going to get
cancer.
If
you're doing that for a living, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is, and how your lifestyle affects you, if you're healthy or not. And it's funny that you brought up sitting, because my other sister, she works at a car dealership, and she sits all day.
All day long. She's not unusual in that regard.
And she said, I felt the difference when she started going to the gym. She wants to get back and going to the gym again.
Good.
So it's that baby step of just doing it.
Little win. Look, that's right. So, but you got in an argument with them because what? They didn't believe what you were saying? Or?
Yeah, they said, it doesn't really matter. If you're going to get cancer, you're going to get cancer.
It's not true, man. They said that.
Yes. One of my nephews said that.
If you're going to get cancer. See, that's just ignorance. Ignorance is the meaning they don't know.
Right.
Well, this is an interesting story because I'm sure that many of you listening and watching have had similar experiences with your friends or family to say the same kinds of things.
I'm going to eat bacon because I'm going to get cancer anyway, so I might as well just eat bacon now.
Yeah, that's what I call the fatalistic attitude. The fatalist. I have to die. You have to die of something, so whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and well, if you're going to just die of something, how about if you step out in the middle of 5 o'clock traffic? How about that?
And that's what you're doing with your health when you don't eat right.
And don't live right, and you're too much stress, not enough sleep, too much alcohol, too many processed foods, and so on and so on. You get the point. But what Gary's experiencing, probably some of you have experienced that.
And when you this is the other thing too. When you tell somebody, I stopped telling people I'm on a diet.
Good.
I tell people I'm doing a lifestyle change.
Right. I'm trying to change my relationship with food.
Okay. And that seems to play out a lot better when trying to explain what you're trying to eat, what you're trying to do in your life, what you're trying to move on. When I leave here and after I leave the office for the day, I try to go to occupy my time doing something else that's not involved me sitting inside and eating.
Exactly.
Because I'm a grazer, and I realized that it had to click.
Good.
But now that I leave and I go home and I do something else that's not inside eating, I'm sleeping better. I feel a lot better. I have less aggravation. You know how you feel anxiety and stuff like that?
Sure.
I have that. It's totally different.
So you're not alone. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of people watching the show, listening to what you're saying. And I'm letting you roll that out, that narrative, because I know that that applies to a lot of people. And many of the people listening and watching Gary, probably it may not even apply directly to them, although it may to some or many, but it may apply to those whom they know and love and care about, their friends, their family members, and so on. And then they can share that. And that's the message. And when you educate people about things, and you often hear me say that, sometimes people just don't know, and you can't get upset and angry. You have to try, when you're educating, you'll sometimes get pushback because they don't know what they don't know, and you're trying to share that. And then you hope the best persuasion is self-persuasion. Eventually, they'll convince themselves, oh, I see I get it now.
Yeah, to the point of, okay, now this makes sense. And as I'm getting older, some things click. Sometimes things just click, and they didn't click before. And one of the big things that is clicking with me is eating after a certain time at night.
I told you that when you first started working with me.
Right. Well, now my significant other, Angela, she's doing that now. She's now.
Well, and I remember when you first started doing that, she was giving you pushback on it a little bit, or didn't understand and saying, what are you talking about? And I said, you can't eat at 8 o'clock and go to bed at 8:30.
Right, and I'm respecting that now that she's understanding.
Well, I give her a lot of props.
I do too. And she's walking now. She's starting to walk in the weekend. She went down to she didn't even tell me. She just got up and left.
And went for a walk.
Went for a walk.
She should have dragged you along. Literally. 877-897-8255. I let Gary roll that narrative out. Not let him, but I wanted him to. Because it's everyday life of everyday people. You and me. These are the things we struggle with. Ignorance, there's some great quotes about ignorance. My little quote is, it's one thing to be ignorant. We all are. A lot of things we don't know. It's another thing to be stupid. We do stupid things, including me. But when you put ignorance and stupidity together, then you're too dumb to know what to do.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
Is getting a good night's sleep a challenge? Fortunately, there's a superior fast-acting sleep formula called Tranquil Sleep from Natural Factors. This non-habit-forming supplement contains a unique combination of melatonin, 5-HTP, and L-theanine, which works in harmony with your body's natural sleep hormones. Tranquil Sleep can help you fall asleep, stay asleep, sleep sounder, and wake up refreshed, all without feeling drowsy in the morning. The key benefit comes from increasing the time spent in the deeper stages of sleep. It's only in these deeper levels of sleep that we truly experience the rejuvenation, regeneration, and recuperation that sleep provides. Even if you think you get a good night's sleep, give Tranquil Sleep a try. You might be surprised with how much better you've slept by waking up with more energy and enthusiasm to start your day. Learn more at naturalfactors.com.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com. YERBAPRIMA.com. Or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in the show, I was talking about Dr. Joel Kahn. And Dr. Kahn was pointing out a simple rule, a nutritional rule or principle that can be very helpful for people and maintaining their health. And it's maximize the plant-to-animal ratio in your diet. And he used the example of the Okinawans, where on average only 6% of the Okinawan diet is derived from fat, about 9% of the calories are derived from protein, and 85% of calories are from complex plant carbohydrates, such as grains and legumes. And they have an especially fond relationship with sweet potatoes. The Okinawans do. Notice that diet is a heavily plant-based diet. Meat is in that diet. Not much, but it's in there. So is a Mediterranean diet, heavily plant-based, with some meat. Fish, primarily. Same with the Okinawan. But here's the question. Dr. Kahn and others have pointed out that when you look at the average life expectancy, Okinawans are at the top of the list around the world and have been for a long. They live the longest with greater quality of life. And many attribute that to the way they eat and to the way they live. The diet is a primary driver for their longevity and great health. Which of the following statements are true about Okinawans? 1, they enjoy the rates of heart disease in Okinawa are 80% lower compared to the U.S. 2, breast and prostate cancer are 75% lower than in the U.S. Or C, dementia is 67% lower. Or D, all of the above statements are true about Okinawans. Which of the following statements are true? Okinawans have 80% lower risk of heart disease than we do in the U.S. They have a 75% lower risk for breast and prostate cancer, and they have a 67% lower risk for dementia. Or D, all of the above. Let me give you a hint. They enjoy great health. Here's a number to win.
877-897-8255. 877-897-8255.
And there have been all kinds of studies with Okinawans, but the traditional use data, just sitting back and observing them and watching how they live and how long they've lived and over hundreds and thousands of years, is the greatest clinical trial of all time, or among them. And it provides a big clue. You don't have to eliminate meat completely from your diet necessarily. I've said that all along. I wouldn't advocate for that. That's silly. I choose not to eat it for different reasons. Most of you know why. But that's my choice. And I've eliminated dairy. So, but again, most of you know why I've done that, given my status. But, you know, take a look at the Okinawans, take a look at the people who live in the Mediterranean area, that Mediterranean approach. Most of the peoples around the world in different cultures that live a long time with quality of life, the diet is primarily plant-driven. Let's go to Clearwater. Hi, Al. How are you doing today?
Hey, good. How's it going, Dr. Garko?
Good. What are you up to today, man? You working? What are you doing?
Yeah, working, driving in the car while listening to you.
Yeah. Were you headed to an appointment?
I'm going to a conference, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you have a lot of stress in your job?
I would say medium to a little bit over medium, not huge.
Not huge. Mm-hmm. And do you work at trying to take care of yourself on a day in, day out basis? You work at it?
Definitely. Try to get the exercise in, both weight bearing and some aerobic. And been doing a little bit of yoga lately, and that's been helping as far as the muscles, stretching them out and relaxing a little bit.
Good. May I ask how old you are?
64.
Man, you sound like a young guy. You sound like you're 44, 24. You sound real youthful, man. That's great.
That's good.
Well, you are a young man. You sound, doesn't he, Gary?
Yeah, I thought he was in his 20s.
Honestly, you sound so youthful.
Yeah.
And so you're down in, your family, is everybody with you, or are you a lone soldier in this?
Well, both parents passed away, but they passed away, my mom was like 97.
Wow.
When she passed away, and they're both from Italy, so when you talk about the Mediterranean diet and visiting Italy as well, it's amazing to me that, the plant-based you were talking about, plus having a little bit of meat, in the diet,
right.
Olive oil,
yep.
red wine.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle passed away when he was like 90, and he was smoking cigarettes while on the Mediterranean diet.
Wow.
So figure that one out.
Yeah. So I'm partial. My mom immigrated from Italy, my father from Poland, and both immigrants, and many languages spoken around the house. So I am quite familiar with the Mediterranean. I was raised on that diet. Well, I'm glad, it gives you a better sense of purpose to be working on your health, doesn't it?
It does, and it's good to sort of, filter out a lot of the noise, because as you say, at the end of the day, eating more plant-based, organic when you can, really sort of filters out a lot of the noise about what you hear about, you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to have this.
That's right.
If you could just make it real simple, take some basic supplements, I think you got it made.
Goes a long way. You're right. It starts with food. And the answer is what?
Well, I put all of the above.
It is all of the above. Yeah. It is. They
just in that environment, I'm thinking that, all that stuff is reduced just based on their lifestyle.
Absolutely. They always had the top of the list in living the longest on the planet. Well, it was nice talking with you. Thank you so much for tuning us in while you're driving, while you're working. We appreciate that. We appreciate your listenership.
Absolutely. You have a great show, and I appreciate all the information that you give us over the radio waves.
It's my privilege and my pleasure to do it. I love doing it. Thank you so much, Al.
Oh, thank you.
Take care of yourself. And that's why we do the show. People such as Al. That's why we're here. Thank you for tuning in today. And I'll remind myself today, too, that our health is our wealth, and our health is the wealth of those that care about and love us. I'll see you tomorrow.
If you've ever had digestive issues,